Yunus Khan played an innings of 267 runs against India. Aravinda De Silva from Sri Lanka made 267 versus New Zealand. Graham Yallop made 268 versus Pakistan. Adam Borges played 269 runs innings versus West Indies. Kumar Sangakkara made 270 versus Zimbabwe. Rahul Dravid played an innings of 270 runs versus Pakistan. Don Bradman played an innings of 270 versus England. Windies great George Headley played an innings of 270 not out versus England. Javed Miandad made 271 runs versus New Zealand. Zahir Abbas scored 274 runs versus England. R.J. Pollock made 274 runs versus Australia. Stephen Fleming played an innings of 274 not out versus Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan great Mahela Jayawardene played an innings of 275 runs versus India. South African great Gary Kirsten played an innings of 275 runs versus England. DJ Cullinan played an innings of 275 runs not out versus New Zealand. Former captain of South Africa, Graeme Smith made 276 runs versus England. Windies great Brian Lara played an innings of 277 runs versus Australia. Dennis Compton played 278 runs innings versus Pakistan. Abby de Villiers scored 278 runs not out versus Pakistan. Javed Miandad scored 280 runs not out versus India. VVS Lakshman from India played an innings of 281 runs versus Australia. Peter May scored 285 not out versus West Indies. Former Sri Lankan captain Kumar Sangakkara played an innings of 287 runs versus South Africa. Ari Foster made 287 runs versus Australia. Ross Taylor scored 290 against Australia. Virender Sehwag scored 293 runs versus Sri Lanka. Sir Alistair Cook played an innings of 294 runs versus India. Martin Crowe played an innings of 299 runs versus Sri Lanka. Don Bradman played an innings of 299 runs not out versus South Africa.